All right. So finding ourselves in our nice seated position, let's go ahead and whatever seated position you're in, go ahead and switch the leg so that that natural leg is not the natural leg in front now. So switching that up and sitting it up nice and tall, remembering that if you need to be sitting on some pillows, if you've got a tight low back or if you've got tight hip flexors, that pillow can help with those hips or with that low back, any sort of support. And again, remembering because you're at home, you can use whatever support things that you need. We've got our blocks, our strap, but sitting ourselves up tall, maybe rocking it a little bit from side to side and a little bit from front to back. Kind of wobbling here, and we're going to turn this little wobble, this weeble wobble, into a torso twist. So just taking that torso and moving that torso, making some nice torso circles here. Circling that. Circling that. Good, and you can make those torso circles as big as you would like. And then let's go ahead and circle that the other way. So torso circling that the other way. Good, and then let's go ahead and kind of wobble ourselves back to center, sitting it up tall again. And let's roll our shoulders back. And go ahead and roll those shoulders forward. And roll that back. And roll that forward. Good, let's shake our arms out. Do a few sun breaths here. So let's inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. And big deep inhale up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up. This time, let's drop our right hand to the floor. Reach our left arm over. So lengthening through the left side of the body. Allowing that left leg to kind of just be heavy and to be staying on the floor. Good, let's inhale and sweep this up and then switch sides. So left hand is down and same thing, kind of keeping our right leg, hip, glute heavy so that it can stay on the floor. And you can get an even deeper stretch here. Good. And let's inhale and sweep this up. And then release that down. Very nice. Roll those shoulders again. So go ahead and roll that back and roll that forward. Shake that out. Big deep inhale up. And exhale it out. And inhale it up. Let's drop that right hand down again and reach this over. Breathing as we are in this side stretch. Good. And inhale this up, and let's drop to the left. Nice side stretch here, breathing it deeply. And inhale and sweep this up, and release those arms. Roll those shoulders back. Good, and roll that forward. Very nice. Let's add in our neck. So let's go ahead and drop our chin down towards our chest. And then lift our eyes to the sky. And again, chin down towards the chest. And then our eyes to the sky. And one more time, chin to chest. And eyes to the sky. Bring that head back to neutral. Let's look to the right. Think about chin going over towards the shoulder. And then to the left. Good, to the right. And to the left. Head back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it down. Good. Relax those arms. Drop our chin to chest. Let's do some half neck circles here. Take right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. And let's do a few of these, taking this from side to side. Very good. Very nice. Good, and drop that chin back to chest. Let's lift our head center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Good, inhale and sweep it up. Let's drop our right hand down to the floor again. One more time with these nice side stretches. Oh yeah, that feels very good. Remember to use that breath. Good, inhale and lift this up. Drop left, reach that over. Good, inhale and sweep this up. Let's exhale, clasp our hands behind us. Now, if you can't clasp, if you are having shoulder problems or can't reach it, feel free to use a strap here or a towel. So go ahead and either clasping or using a strap or a towel. Let's have those arms behind us. And it feels, my hip flexors are tight today, so I can very much feel this as we are sitting here. I feel like I'm being pulled back. That's the tightness. Good, sitting that up nice and tall. Let's look to the right, and then let's look to the left. Head back to neutral. Let's bend at our elbows. Take our hands over to right waist, and then let's squeeze that elbow back. So that right elbow is trying to squeeze towards our, or pull, yeah, stretch towards our spine. Good, and then let's go ahead and switch sides. And again, elbow goes back. Oh, pulling towards that spine. Very nice. Good, release that, shake that out. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up, clasp the hands at the top and press the palms towards the ceiling. And this might feel just as awkward as it does with those hands behind the back. If you've got maybe some low back stuff going on, you might be feeling like you're being pulled forward or being pulled back. That's okay. Try and center yourself as much as you can. Try and lengthen up through that torso as much as you can without rounding right here. See if you can lift yourself up, and let's do some sigh breathing here. Let's inhale it deeply and exhale, big sigh out. Good, 2 more times. Inhaling it deeply and exhale, big sigh out. 1 more time, inhaling it deeply and exhale, big sigh out. Good. Bringing our arms out in front of us, stop hands. Let's rotate wrists. Very nice. And then rotate the other way. Good. Opening up our arms. Let's see if we can see our hands, arms out of our peripheral vision. Take our palms facing up. Make some fists. Roll those knuckles in, and then an exaggerated bicep curl. Sit ourselves up tall right here. Let's do a little bit of seated cat and cow. So let's go ahead and open this up. We've got a little tiny arch in our back, and then we're going to round. Elbows trying to get together. Let's inhale and open, and exhale and round. Inhale and open, exhale and round. Inhale and open, and exhale and round. Good, let's bring ourselves back to neutral. Spine is back to neutral. Open our arms up, press our palms down, roll our shoulders back and roll that forward. Now let's do some torso twisting. So let's go ahead and inhale, sweep our arms up. Let's take that left hand to our right thigh. Right hand, we can take our thumb, follow our spine down, and then our right hand goes to the floor. And we can use that floor as leverage to help us twist into our first little spinal twist of our practice today. And breathing this here, breathe it nice and deep. Wonderful, good, bring this back to center. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Inhale and sweep this up. Let's take our right hand to our left thigh. We can use our left thumb to follow our spine down. Hand goes to the floor. Pull and twist. This side is tight, much tighter than the other. Breathe it here. It's like, do people beat me in my sleep? Wow. That's what it feels like. Oh, goodness. Breathing deeply. Good. Bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale and release. And inhale and sweep this up. Let's take our left hand to our right thigh again. And let's twist it one more time to the right. Get a deep breath or two here in this twist. Inhaling it deeply. And exhaling it out. Good. Back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And let's twist to the other side. So take it to the other side. And breathe it deeply here. Inhaling it deeply. And exhaling it out. Good. Bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale it. Very nice. If you're sitting on something, you can go ahead and move that off to the side for now. Let's lean ourselves back. And we're going to go ahead and do some windshield wipers. So you can take your feet as wide as your hips, or you can go wider. And let's go ahead and drop our knees from side to side. Yes, beginning our lower body warm up now. Got that upper body nice and warm, moving. Now let's get that lower body with some movement, getting some blood flowing to those legs, those hips, those hip flexors, those glutes, those hamstrings, front and backs of the legs. Good. Let's go ahead and keep our right leg in front. We've got this nice zigzag right here. Sit ourselves up tall. So sitting this up tall and twist to the left first. So a tall twist to the left. And now my favorite, we're going to do that big twist to the right. So that nice big twist. Oh, to the right. And if you are regular flexible, your hip, your glute, your thigh are possibly lifting up off of the floor. That is very normal. If you are hyper flexible, then maybe everything is still on the floor. But just listening to your body, knowing your body, where your body can go. And especially in these twists and some of our movements today, we're kind of going to that comfortably uncomfortable spot, but not painful. So we don't want pain, but comfortably uncomfortable is okay as we breathe and we use our breath to open up that tightness and smooth it out. So keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Let's bring this back to center and we'll twist quick for 4. Let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2, whoops, and center. And last one, and back to center. Very good. Let's lean it back on our hands again and we'll drop our knees side to side. For that windshield wiper, yes. Good, let's go ahead and keep our left leg in front. So left leg stays in front. We've got that nice zigzag. Sit ourselves up tall. Let's do a tall twist to the right first. So tall twist to the right. That feels good. And now we get our big twist to the left. Oh yeah, big twist to the left. Very good. And maybe that hip glute lifted up off the floor. Or maybe not, but listening to your body. Ooh, or maybe you need a yawn. Wow, this twist just opened up my lungs and was like, yawn, yawn, please. Good. Just enjoy this nice twist, breathing deeply, inhaling and exhaling. Good, and let's bring this to center, and then let's twist quick for 4. So let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last one. Oh, and back to center. Very nice. Let's lean it back again and do a few more windshield wipers just because they feel really good today. Let's do those. Oh yeah, that's good. Very nice. Good. Now let's go ahead and take our legs nice and long. Move our blocks. Take our legs nice and long right here. And let's keep it bend in our knee first. We'll go into our stack pose in a little bit, but let's do a bend in our knee. Let's do our boat pose. So let's lean ourselves back. So now we get our core involved. So leaning ourselves back, lengthening through our arms. Keep our shoulders away from our ears, reaching through this. And let's go 3 breaths here in this nice boat pose. Inhaling it deeply and exhaling it out. And big deep inhale and exhale it out. One more time, big deep inhale and exhale it out. From our boat, let's go ahead and take our hands behind us, just like we did for our windshield wipers. Let's go into a reverse table. So let's bend our knees, place our feet on the floor, lift our pelvis up. Love this one. Oh, that feels so good. Lifting that pelvis up, nice strong glutes, strong core, strong pelvis, strong arms here as well. So you might be feeling that really good stretch in the biceps and the triceps and the shoulders, as well as strengthening because we're having to hold it up. Strong legs, strong feet, strong ankles, holding this. And that neck is nice and neutral. So you're either looking forward, slightly upwards, a little bit upwards towards the ceiling maybe, but not way above you. You don't want to crunch your neck. We're holding this here. Let's do another breath or two. One more time, one more big deep breath. Inhale it and exhale it. Good, let's go ahead and drop that pelvis down. We're gonna go into a single leg boat. So let's lengthen through our arms, still leaning this back, core is engaged, reaching with one leg up. Let's do a breath here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. One more breath. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good. Arms behind us. You can release that. Now you have options here. We can go back into that tabletop or you can go into a reverse plank. It's whatever you would like to do. We're going to do this twice more. So you'll have another option on the other side. If you want to do your reverse plank, you can do it on the 3rd time around, or you can do your tabletop again. I'm going to go reverse plank this time. I'm going to lengthen through my legs, press through my heels, press through the heels of my hands, lift my pelvis up. So we're either in that reverse plank or in that reverse tabletop. It's the same movement. The reverse plank's a little more difficult because we've got this long lever here and we're not as supported in our feet. So if that's why you're like, what's going on? It's because this is more difficult. But it is still the same strengthening, still the same stretching. So just a little more of your having to hold, more of your own body weight that you're having to hold. Good, let's go ahead and drop this down, lean it back again. Lean it back once more into our boat pose. This time, other leg up in that single leg boat pose. Got 2 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Yes. All right, we're going to do either your reverse plank or your reverse table one more time. So let's bring our arms behind us and find whichever one you want to do. I think I was good with the reverse plank. I think I'll do that again. So finding whichever one feels best for you, whichever one is most challenging for you. Again, comfortably uncomfortable is our goal, not painful. And you don't, we're not taking this into our necks. We're trying not to take this into our necks. So you're either looking slightly above or slightly forwards, breathing this here, nice and strong. And if you're finding yourself sinking into this, then maybe take it right into that. Just that little extra support of your feet is very helpful because you're keeping that, that nice strength right there. Good, let's go ahead and drop that pelvis down, simple cross leg, and let's hinge this forward. Oh yeah. That feels good. That nice opposing stretch right here. This rounding of the back, maybe rounding of the neck. Maybe take your chin to chest. That feels good too. Oh, Very good. All right, let's go ahead and bring ourselves up and we're going to go into our staff pose now. So flexing through our legs, through our feet. Feet are nice and flexed, sitting this up nice and tall. Let's reach up through our arms. We've got this nice capital L, very strong right here. Let's breathe it. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And big deep inhale and exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. Releasing our arms down. Let's bring our right leg in. Give our right leg a nice big hug. And then let's take our right over our left. Let's wrap our left arm around our right. And let's do a nice twist here. Let's keep our left leg active. So keeping that foot flexed and keeping that leg nice and long and strong. Twisting this here and breathe. Good. Let's go ahead and twist this towards the inside. So twisting that to the left and breathe this one here. And bring this back to center. Give that a bit hug again. Let's take our foot to the inside of our thigh and sit ourselves up tall. We reach our peace fingers either for that big toe or hand for the shin, or you can be hand on thigh too, depending on your mobility and your flexibility today. But trying to reach for that, and you can either reach up and over or have that hand at your lowest rib. That feels good. To open this up and stretch through that and breathe. Good. Bring ourselves back to center. Sit ourselves up tall. We're going to do 3 more breaths in our staff pose. So strong legs, flexed feet, reach up through our arms. Very, very challenging pose here because we're having to use that core because we're not supported anywhere, nowhere except for our legs and glutes. So let's inhale it deeply here and exhale it out. 2 more times. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it. 1 more time, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good, release that down. Let's bring our left leg in. Bring our left leg in, give this a nice big hug. And then let's go ahead and take our left over our right. Now our right foot is active, foot is flexed, leg is active and flexed. Let's go ahead and reach that right arm around our left leg and twist that to the left and breathe. Breathing it deeply here, inhaling and exhaling. Good, and then go ahead and twist that towards the inside. So twisting to the right. And then bring this back to center. Let's get that hamstring curl. So let's take our foot, bottom of our foot to the inside of our thigh. Peace fingers are reaching either for that big toe, hand to shin or hand to thigh. But remember, whatever you do on the other side, try and do the same thing on this side. We're working towards that balance, having that balance stretch. And it's very, yes, I'm very tempted to not do the same thing on this side. This leg is a lot tighter. So I was like, oh, I could go here. Nope. I've got to work towards this just to make sure that I'm getting the same amount of strength and stretch on each side of my body so that I don't want to cause any sort of injury, any sort of imbalance, because that will lead to injury. Breathing, breathing. We want to be same strong on both sides of the body and the front and back body too. Very good. And then go ahead and release that. Very nice. Let's grab a block. Let's take a block between our knees and let's take ourselves down onto our backs and go into a little bit of bridge work. So as we're still working on our backs, our core, Let's do a little bit of strengthening and stretching here. We've got that. I love using the block because that automatically, without having to think about it, we're just engaging the inner thighs, the hamstrings. We're engaging the things that we could think about, but there's other things to think about, like our breathing. So I'd rather have the block and have that automatically engaged. So let's go ahead and lift our pelvis up towards the ceiling, just lifting that up nice and slow. And then we're going to slowly lower our pelvis down, one vertebrae at a time, imprinting that on the floor. So going through a few cycles of this just to get your bearings here, just to be warming up that low back, mid back, that spine, that pelvis, that sacrum, and then lowering this back down. And let's go ahead and lift this up again. Take that up nice and slow. And then lowering it down nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and inhale and lift this up. Go ahead and inhale and lift. As we're holding at the top, you can exhale while we're holding at the top. So keep ourselves in this bridge as you exhale. Maybe you want to walk your feet a little bit closer to your glutes, maybe not. Maybe taking your shoulders underneath you a little bit. Let's hold here in this bridge for about 4 breath cycles. So let's inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply and exhale it out. 2 more cycles. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. 1 more breath cycle. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And I don't know about you, I feel this in different places when we do it on different days. Today, I'm for sure feeling it in my quadriceps. My quads, my front thighs are on fire. Let's go ahead and slowly drop our pelvis down towards the floor. Very good. Lift both of our legs up into the air, still holding that block. Love that, good. And then release that down, feet back onto the floor. Let's lift our pelvis up towards the sky again. Inhale, lift this up back into a bridge. We're gonna do that bridge with the hold and the 4 breaths 1 more time. So if you wanna walk your feet a little closer to your glutes or take your shoulders underneath you a little bit, but let's hold this here and we'll do that 4 breath cycle. So let's inhale it here and exhale it out. 3 more times. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. 2 more times. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And 1 more time. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Sometimes, wow, today is one of those days. Sometimes doing these yoga poses is harder than lifting like a ton of weights and doing a bunch of squats and stuff. Like right now, my legs and my glutes, my low back, they are on fire. Like more than it would be if I were doing I was doing squats yesterday with heavy weights. And this is killing me more today than that yesterday. I love it. It's good. Go ahead and drop that pelvis down towards the floor. Release that. Bring those legs up. Good. And then let's go ahead and release those legs. And you can release the block. As we're laying down here on the floor, let's go ahead and do a few windshield wipers with our legs on the, yes, as we're lying on the floor. Windshield wiper with those legs. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, explain better. There we go. Just like that. Just taking that from side to side. Good. Let's drop both of our knees over to one side, take ourselves onto our side, press ourselves up. Let's come up onto in our quadruped position. So that means we're on all 4s. We're on our knees and we're on our hands. And you can place your blocks where you want them for when we get to our sun salutation. I'm going to place them at the front of the short edge of the mat. And then let's go ahead and find our nice alignment in our quadruped position. Our shoulders are over our wrists, our hips are over our knees. Nice flat back. Let's drop our belly to the floor, take our eyes to the sky, do a good inhale here. And then we're going to exhale, round our spine. Good, good. We'll go into this cat, a few cycles of this cat and cow. So let's drop our belly, inhale, round our spine, exhale. Drop that belly, inhale. Round our spine, exhale. Drop that belly, inhale. Round our spine, exhale. Drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Feels good. All right, let's bring our back to neutral. You can actually wiggle your booty a little bit from side to side. That feels really good. Oh, wiggling that. And then let's go ahead and lengthen. We're going to lengthen through our right leg. And this may be as much of balance as you can do today. Otherwise, we're going to reach through our left arm. So right leg is lifted, left arm is lifted. This is our bird dog, or you can have just single leg right here, that single leg lift. We're going to hold this, and we're going to add in a little bit more by taking our elbow to our knee 6 times. So let's go ahead and bring this in for 6 and reach. And if you can't use that arm, that's fine. Just bringing that knee in and reach. Here's 4 and reach. Here's 3 and reach. Here's 2 and reach. And last 1 and reach and hold. Good. Let's go ahead and release that arm and release our leg. And we'll take ourselves to the other side. So we're going to lift that left leg up. Now it can just be the leg. Or if you're ready for more, you can take that right arm up. We've got that bird dog here. We're going to do the same thing this side, elbow to knee 6 times. And remember, you don't have to be using that arm. You can bring that knee in and out without that arm. But we've got that nice balance here. Let's take elbow to knee 6 times. So let's bring this in for 6 and lengthen. Here's 5 and lengthen. Here's 4 and lengthen. Here's 3 and lengthen. Last 2 and reach. And last 1. Let's reach it and hold it. Good. Release that arm, release that leg. Let's sit ourselves back into a nice child's pose. Glutes go back towards heels. Ooh. Reach through those arms towards the front of your mat. You can, I like to walk my fingers forward just to get that extra stretch in my shoulder blades and in my armpits. That feels very good. Let's look forward at our fingers and let's go ahead and walk our hands over to the right. Let's take that left hand, place it on top of that right hand. And let's get our left glute towards our left heel. Get that wonderful stretch of the left side of the body. Very good. And then let's go ahead and walk our hands over to the other side. So walking to the left, let's take that right hand on top of that left and try and get that right glute to that right heel. Wow. Stretch that there at the right side of the body. Breathe it, breathe it. Excellent. Let's bring this back to center. Very nice. We're going to move ourselves into our first downward facing dog. So let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up onto all fours. Let's curl our toes under. We're going to keep our knees bent as we lift our tails to the ceiling. So let's lengthen here. We're getting a nice long spine, tail lifted towards the sky. Knees stay bent so that we can stretch through our spine first. And that head is right in between our shoulders, between our arms. So we've got our first inversion. Our head is lower than our heart here. And then let's begin to pedal our feet. So pedaling those heels down towards the floor, stretching through the backs of our legs, through our calves, through our hamstrings, through our Achilles tendons, the backs of the feet, the backs of those ankles. Oh, very good. Just stretching through that. And you can even exaggerate a little bit here. If you got tightness in your low back, in your waist, you can exaggerate that stepping, the heel dropping, and maybe get a little bit more stretching as that booty is going side to side right here. That can be very nice, very
You can release some tension maybe in that low back. And then let's go ahead and find some stillness right here. So finding stillness in this downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Let's lift up on our toes, heels high, and drop both of our heels over to one side. And then lift up on our toes, drop both of our heels over to the other side. And then lift that back up center. And let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold at the front edge of our mat, the short edge of our mat. And you can have your blocks nice and close to you. We're not going to use them quite yet. We're going to allow ourselves to ragdoll here first. So you can let those arms dangle, letting that upper body dangle, flattening through our feet, big toe, little toe heels. Let everything just hang. We're folded in half here. Taking that opposite elbow with the opposite hand, make a frame for that head. So now that upper body, that top half of the body is even heavier, being pulled down towards the floor even more as those feet are finding roots in the ground. Your upper body is getting heavier and being pulled down towards the floor. So you're folding in half and you might feel very good stretch in the backs of those legs. Good, let's go ahead and release our arms. You can start to use those blocks, or you don't have to be using blocks. Hands are either on blocks or going to shins or on the floor, depending on your flexibility and mobility. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen, nice flat back, tabletop. Exhale and release. Good, inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. One more time, inhale, nice flat back. Exhale and release. Now our head has been low. We're going to take it all the way up. So make this one nice and slow. Let's inhale and sweep this all the way up. Take this as slowly as you need to so that you don't get dizzy. Sweep that up and we're going to exhale it around into a chair. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around into a chair. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around into chair. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and flat back. Exhale and release. Moving on. Let's keep our right foot forward. Take our left foot back into a lunge. Let's take that left hand on our block, on the floor, or on a chair or a wall, if you need to be next to a wall, for support as we go into this spinal twist. Spinal twist to the right. So left hand is on the ground, or on the block, or on a chair, or against the wall. Right arm is up, right leg is in front. We've got this nice lunge here. Good, let's bring this back to center. Take our foot back to make the other foot into a strong top of plank here. Let's shift that weight forward. Drop the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Take our hearts down, lift our hearts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. And remembering that our downward facing dog is our restorative pose. It's where we come back to when we need a breath or a break. Good, let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold at the edge of our mat. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around the chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Left foot's going to stay forward. Right foot's going to go back. Right hand is on that block or on the floor or on a chair or on the wall, whatever is working for you. And we are opening to the left. So left arm is up, left leg is forward. We've got this nice left lunge. Breathing deeply. Good, bring this back to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot into a strong top of plank. Let's shift our weight forward, drop to our knees, uncurl our toes, chaturanga down. So heart's gonna go to the floor, heart's gonna lift up off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press, downward facing dog, and breathe. Good. Let's do sun salutations again, one more time on each side, and then we're gonna add in a pigeon. So let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Right there, back to those blocks. Let's inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale it around to chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Right foot stays forward, left foot goes back. Left hand on floor, block, chair, whatever is helping with your support. We are opening to the right. We've got that right leg forward, right arm up. Nice right lunge. Breathe. Good, bring this back to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot into a strong top of plank. Let's shift that weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart's gonna go down, heart's gonna lift up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Enjoy this down dog. Big breaths here. Help restore, renew. Good, let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold, front edge of our mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, around the chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Left foot's gonna stay forward. Right foot's gonna go back. Right hand on block or floor or chair or wherever. Opening this up and breathe. And bring this back to center. Take our foot back and meet the other foot to a top of plank. Good, shift our weight forward. Drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart's gonna go down, heart's gonna lift up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold, front edge of our mat. Good, let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Take both of our feet back into a top of plank. Nice top of plank here. Let's shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart's gonna go down, heart is gonna lift up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Breathe it here. We're gonna work on our pigeon. We're gonna go to that pigeon. So let's center our weight here. Let's go ahead and lift our right leg up. Bend at our right knee and drop our right heel over towards our left glute. Let's go ahead and bring that right knee back to center, and we're going to sweep our right knee through into a pigeon. So feel free, if you are tight, I am extra tight today. Feel free to use that support of a pillow underneath your hip. You can be on your hands, you can be on your elbows, or you can be all the way down in this full pigeon. Just enjoy this stretch right here. Breathe into it. Good. Let's press ourselves halfway up. Take our left hand,
Reach our left hand back for our left foot. So now we've got a rooster. This is almost like dancer. If you think about it, when we're standing up and we're holding that foot with our hand and we're making that circle, this is very similar. We're getting that wonderful quadricep stretch, and that good shoulder, arm stretch, chest stretch. Very good. All right, one more thing. We're gonna, if you're sitting on that pillow, you might want to move that because we're gonna go into pretzel. So let's go ahead and bring this back leg around. Kind of sit both of our glutes into the floor. Ooh. Ooh. Trying to do that. That is the goal, is to try and get our glutes flat. If you can't get there, that is okay. If you're like completely over to one side, that is okay too. Try and use your breath to release that tension, to release that tightness. That can help to smooth that out a little bit. It might not smooth it out a lot, but that's okay. It's still smoothing it out a little bit. And breathe. Good. Use that breath as we are in this pretzel. Just another cycle or two of breathing. Good. And let's go ahead and take this leg, sticking our left leg back behind us. We're going to press ourselves back up into a downward facing dog. And we're going to enjoy this down dog for a breath or two here. And then we're going to move into pigeon on the other side. So if you need to nod that head or shake that head, get that nice deep breathing here. Let's center our weight, and this time let's lift our left leg, bend at our knee, and drop our left heel over towards our right glute to open up that hip a little bit. Bring that belly back to center, and let's go ahead and sweep this through, pigeon on this other side. Feeling free to use that support as much as you need to. On your hands, on your elbows, or all the way forward. And breathing into this very deep stretch. Good, let's press ourselves halfway up. Reach our right hand back for that foot. That rooster right here. It's a good stretch. Good stretch, especially feeling in the quadricep. Good stretch in the arms, shoulder, bicep. Breathe. Good, and if you're sitting on something, you can move that off because we're gonna bring our leg around and take it into pretzel on this side. So will the tightness ever stop? Trying to get both of our glutes down towards the floor. Breathe. Be encouraged to use that breath. It can get kind of intimidating or anxiety inducing maybe when you feel this tight and when you're like, it's never gonna let go. It's okay. Each breath will smooth it out. Maybe if you're feeling that comfortably uncomfortable, or that this one especially, because the hip flexor, when we're getting into this pose, it can induce some nausea sometimes. So if you're feeling that, that's normal too. Breathe it.
go ahead and take that right leg and swing that right leg back behind. Ooh, that's a good release right there. Let's press ourselves back up into a downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet here. Ooh, just to release anything, any tension, any tightness. Maybe nod that head yes, or shake that head no. Hold this downward facing dog. Let this be a little bit of a beginning of where we're going to start to go into our final relaxation. So just using this as our inversion. Let's go ahead and drop our knees to the floor, take ourselves back into a nice child's pose. In this child's pose, let's go ahead and take our arms by our sides, our palms facing up, let our elbows drop open off to the side. And like you're a nice little turtle, that turtle back right there. Breathe deeply. Good. Let's take our hands by our knees. Press ourselves up. We're going to take ourselves all the way onto our backs. We're going to move into our final relaxation. So if you have an eye pillow, you can grab that, or regular pillows or blankets or whatever you use for your final relaxation. But we're just going to lengthen right here, lengthen through our arms, lengthen through our legs. You can place that eye pillow over your eyes. The darkness and the heaviness of that eye pillow. It's very nice right there. We're reaching our arms towards one end of the room, reaching our feet, our toes towards the other end. Maybe imagining that you can add a few inches to your height here. Or imagining that somebody's pulling at your wrists and somebody else is pulling at your ankles to give your spine that nice long stretch, to stretch through those arms, through those legs, through that spine. Good, really reaching through that. Let's inhale it deeply here. And with an exhale, let's sink and settle. And you can let those feet fall open. You can let your arms open off to the side, palms facing up. And just beginning to quiet everything, slow that breath down, relax everything. Maybe doing a body scan, a mental body scan. Imagine that you're floating above your body and imagining that you can look down onto your body and scanning from your toes to your shins, to your knees, to your quadriceps, to your glutes, hamstrings, to that pelvis, to that belly, that waist, that rib cage, the chest, the arms, the shoulders, the neck. Just scanning through that, through the hands. Release the jaw, relax that jaw, relax that face. The eyes, let the eyeballs fall back to the back of your skull. Scalp is relaxed, forehead is relaxed. Relax and release that entire body. Just allowing yourself to sink, to settle.
And still relaxing. Let's go ahead and bend our knees and tuck our tailbone under. Maybe that low back can press into the floor a little bit here. And then let's drop our knees over to your most comfortable side. Take yourself on your side and a breath or two here. And then nice and slow, let's begin to press ourselves up, bring ourselves up into a seated pose that feels strong and supported for you, where you are able to lengthen up through your back, through your spine. Sitting that up. Good. Let's go ahead and inhale and sweep those arms up nice and big. Bring our palms together and we can exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Good, lifting our head center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Taking hands to heart. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply. And exhale. And let's do that one more time. One more deep breath. Big, deep inhale. And a big cleansing exhale. And have a blessed rest of your day. Have a wonderful and blessed Easter. And we will see you guys